we finally are out of the ICW. We're in Charlotte Harbor. No more worrying about if we're gonna ground or not at every moment, which always stinks. Right now we're in 15 feet of water and it's only getting deeper, and there's nothing but water surrounding us. There's beach over this way, but it just feels so nice to see nothing but water surrounding you. It's so beautiful. Charlotte Harbor looks a lot different compared to last time. Last time the water was super brown and muddy and nasty. But now it's very beautiful.
So we saw cables up ahead, and on the chart it doesn't say a clearance height, so we were freaking out, like, are we gonna clear it? But apparently they are so high that no clearance needs to be marked because everyone's gonna clear it. I don't know though, look!
Oh yeah, we're good.
So we had like 20 feet or more.
Yeah. We're good.
Woohoo! For the first under cable crossing!
That was still scary. That was almost as scary as our first fixed bridge crossing.
We've got Jeremy up front becoming the expert anchor dropper. Let's go see how it's going. Well, we need to swing around, but it looks like it's setting.
Yep, it felt pretty strong. Yeah, it's probably the current type deal, but it probably will once we tighten up, which will be right now. We finally let out, what'd you say, about 105 feet?
About 105, 110. 105 should be good. Yep, we're swinging now. This boat loves to take the current on the beam, so that's what she always does, and then hopefully she'll swing around.
She's got the wide hips, so.
'Cause my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel it right. All right, so anchoring right outside St. James City.
Once the anchor sets, we will go ahead and go to land and get some lunch.
Oh, that's what I'm waiting for, lunch.
Right?
Okay, now make sure the dinghy line is clear and put her in reverse. So we've been watching the anchor for a couple hours now, and it seems to be holding really well. And so now we're gonna celebrate all of our travels and go into the waterfront restaurant, which we heard was pretty affordable just up the channel we anchored by, and I'm super excited. So we are leaving our boat anchored here because we feel like it's pretty good, it's pretty set, and we're gonna go to the restaurant. The waterfront restaurant should be up this channel.
Went into these docks. We're finally here. The crazy thing on Active Captain, the Anchorage says the secret spot is this place, and you can actually come here, and if you eat at the restaurant you can stay overnight at these docks. Well, these docks are only 20 feet long and kind of sketchy, not much room for an actual sailboat. So we called and asked if we can actually get into the channel, and they said yeah, no problem. Well, we took our little transducer, our little depth sounder, and went through the channel, and it went down to 5.5 feet, and we have a 6-foot draft. So luckily we didn't go in like they told us to and just stay here overnight, which would have been nice to have, you know, a slip for the night for free. But thank God we didn't, because we would have grounded and had to call Boat US. So we took the dinghy here.
So we have been spending some time on a mooring ball in what isn't really a mooring field, it's more of an anchorage with a few random, very sketchy mooring balls that are more like mooring buoys floating. They're like a hodgepodge, I'll show you in a second. But yeah, we've been spending time in North Fort Myers, and this is downtown. We stayed here for a few days. Now we're heading out. So now we are going to head east up the river, and we're gonna begin going up the Okeechobee Waterway. Probably not too far, and just tuck into an anchorage tonight, as there's supposed to be some strong winds. Look at that POS. There was a chain on it. That's all there was to hook up to, a chain. So we have dropped the mooring lines. We are on our way. We are headed east on the river, and there's a little bit of a current, we think. We're still getting used to current, wind, navigating a boat.
We are pretty much learning how to motor with strong currents. We're in a river, so obviously there's strong currents in the river, which we don't have any experience with. We're used to just big open bays, just little tide changes, minimal current. So it's definitely something new for us to even drive, you know, with wind and current. And the biggest thing for us is anchoring with wind versus current, because a lot of times the current's a lot stronger than the wind, and with our 6-foot thin keel, it can easily get wrapped. And I don't know about you, Connie, but I don't want to hop in these gator infested waters to unwrap the keel. So it worries us.
Yeah, I had a dream last night that I saw an alligator, so I'm not gonna encourage us to get in the water. No.
Yeah. Today's trip is only going to be 11 miles east up the river, upstream to the first lock. We're not going to be going through the first lock. We're just going to either anchor or tie up to some dolphins at the first lock. We've never tied to dolphins or even seen dolphins, so it's going to be new to us. We're kind of nervous about that, so we're only going to do a little 3-hour trip today to see the first lock and see how the dolphins look, or if we should anchor. So I'm still pretty nervous with a small trip, because anchoring with a small little area in very deep water, we could only probably have like a 3 or 4 to 1 scope, and the winds tonight are going to be quite hectic, so we'll have to figure stuff out for tonight.
Yep, tonight is about getting there and seeing what we can figure out. So it was forecasted to get a little bit rainy after 4 p.m. today, so we wanted to get to the anchorage by 3, and that's why we left when we did. But now we'll definitely feel the rain starting to drop, and the clouds we can see are right behind us. And now that we look at the radar, there's a bit of a storm coming up on us, so we're going to keep proceeding, and if we have to emergency anchor, we have to emergency anchor. Caloosahatchee River.
Right now we're in 26 feet of water in this river. That's deeper than anything we've seen in the west coast of Florida. So this is a very deep river.
Opening up Wilson Piggott Bridge. Tying up 2 dolphins, or attempting.
No. Keep the steering straight. Just keep it straight. Start to the left now. Left.
Should I put it in neutral? Oh, it is, huh? Just trying to make sure I have the dinghy line. Okay.
We either had the option to tie to these dolphins or go anchor out in this small bay just around the corner right by the lock. We checked out the Anchorage, and it looks way too small to anchor with such deep water, so we wouldn't be able to let out enough scope. So we went to the Dolphins, tied up, and it was quite hectic there for a little bit, a little scary. The first ones we went through were the normal 100 feet apart. We had a 45-foot line, and we knew that wasn't going to be long enough, so we tied another 15-foot line to that. And we hooked it up to our aft cleat and tied it to the back dolphin and pulled forward, and weren't anywhere close to the second dolphin, so we tried again and went in the smaller section. So we barely squeezed in the smaller section of these dolphins. From far away it didn't look like we could fit, but we barely tucked in. So we're gonna go in the dinghy and just check it out and make sure the lines are okay.
Look, we barely fit in it. At first we weren't gonna tie up here because Jeremy's like, no,
There's
that's
no way we could fit in
that's
there.
not even our full length. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure we could fit in there. We're really small, but it's so hard to tell until you get up to it. And yup, we barely have enough room. We were gonna tie up 3 boat lengths up there.
Yeah, way too big. We didn't have any lines long enough, so luckily there was this tiny one that probably no one ever goes in, but we snuck in. It was a little bit difficult, but
Made just for us.
yeah, it's perfect.
This is right outside Jefferson City?
Jackson City.
Jackson. Let's get our presidents right.
Start that over.
This is right outside Jackson City.
St. James, actually. Sorry, if we both fucked
Is it
up.
St. James?
It's St. James City. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Hard to line up with a bridge when you got booty in the way.
That's a big booty.